And go
We are live.
Well, I don't know that we're live yet. Hold on. We're trying to go live on Instagram now.
It's showing live for me, so it must be.
Hey, you guys. We're live.
Woo!
Y'all, we were almost late because we're over here talking about Veronica Wallace's future life. Oh my gosh. Yes, I said Veronica Wallace. Who's that lady? She's that lady right there.
That lady.
Talk to us, real fast. Talk to us.
We're gonna go back to nobody knowing who I am when I switch over my name. They're like, who the f- is that chick?
Dude,
like
okay,
the only Veronica around.
I got on here and I was like, who's Veronica Wallace? Like, what did I miss?
We're gonna keep it like that.
That was Susan's doing. It did say Veronica Richardson when I jumped on, and Susan's like, nope, we're trumping this.
Nope, game over. She got a rock in that finger. Sorry, guys. Game over for you. I love it. I love it. Okay, you guys, we're coming live tonight. It's a week before Fence Tech, a week before the kickoff party. We're going to be at booth 522, handing out all kinds of stuff. I don't even know what all we have. Heather has it all. So she's coming in. I'll meet her there. And I'm just going to say, yes, ma'am. Whatever you want me to do.
I'll be coming in hot, Susan.
We're winging it. Like tonight, apparently.
Okay, so let's address this about tonight, because this is very much of a real live tonight. We have a couple topics that we want to discuss. Obviously, Fence Tech being one of them. Everybody's in mad prep. I'm assuming most people have already started doing laundry and packing. I have not. I'm a last minute packer. I did just get my team registered today. So, I mean, I guess I can get that off my list. So we're going to talk about Fence Tech a little bit, what we have going on with Women of FWA, and then we're going to dive into a really big topic that I'm super passionate that I think that we need to address this time of year, and is doing a mental health check. And one of the reasons that I think it's so important that we address is not only members of our leadership team, but members of Women of FWA. During our last meeting was talking about, just different things that we're struggling with. And this time of year is so hard. And in Wyoming, we've had negative 20-degree temperatures. So a little bit of vitamin D is not an option for us. And, getting over Christmas and packing up Christmas to me is depressing, which is why mine is still up, despite time. But I just think that we really need to address it and get everybody's feedback on things that we're doing to kind of work through it. On top of being busy, on top of being moms, on top of end of year requirements and taxes and forms and trying to meet all those deadlines. Like, it's a lot.
It is. It really is. Like, I started sending Heather pictures of what I'm wearing to Fence Tech. Like, that alone was like super overwhelming. Like, much less get through the whole month. I'm like, Heather, how does this look? Heather, is this okay? And I'm like sending her TikToks. I'm like, this is how I feel today. And she literally messaged me back. She's like, oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, Heather.
I've been killing people silently all day.
Yes. Like, Heather, what are you doing to combat that other than like TikToks and shopping?
Seriously, I love yoga, and honestly, breathing it's silly, but breathing helps you tremendously. I have to, like, I can't tell you how many times I had to walk away, sit with my legs crossed, and just breathe, because we just got back from California. Fence Tech is next week. Everybody wants to change their hotel reservations. I'm like ready just like to scream. And I'm just like, so walking away, breathing, and then silly stuff, like making sure you guys are staying hydrated, especially like Veronica. If it's like negative degrees, you guys need to make sure you're drinking, your tons of water, because that affects you.
Coffee. So here's actually a fun fact. It is easier to become dehydrated in the winter. You're more likely to become dehydrated in the winter than you are in the summer on a faster pace. because you don't realize that you're sweating and that you're letting off the moisture, and your body is actually working really hard to maintain a solid temperature. So we actually push water for our guys on the field, obviously during the summer too, but constantly having those breaks and those water breaks, because the sub-zero temperatures are no joke, and you don't realize that it sucks it out of you like you do in the summer.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I had no idea that was even a thing. We don't have winter here, so like
it's a real thing.
Like it's a state of emergency in Louisiana. Like everything's shut down. Like I'm not complaining, just saying.
Which, by the way, there was a text that went out to the leadership team, Michaela. I'll fill you in on this. Susan did send a message out this morning and said, we're under a state of emergency for freezing temps. Now, Julie and Jen from Fence Cloud and myself, we've been sending screenshots of the temperature all week because, like, come on, guys, quit complaining. It's cold. And all of a sudden, Susan sends out this message this morning, and we all thought she was kidding. She's like, it's 29 degrees, y'all. And I'm like, I would be wearing shorts.
Yeah, I wish it was 29 degrees.
Yo, it's not a joke.
Like 0
Like,
degrees
we've been sending out screenshots of negative 35 and negative 20 and the high today. Like, like we were so excited that we were in the positives, not including the wind chill. Let's make sure we're putting that disclosure in there. But, you know, we're super excited that we're like in single negative digits, not double negative digits. And then here comes Susan with her 20.
It's 30 degrees. It's 30 degrees and sunny, and it's game over here.
No, we were looking at the temperatures over the weekend, like in that area, and I'm just like, is that Fahrenheit or is that Celsius? It's impossible, you know?
I will tell you guys, our team is actually currently down working on a project in Salt Lake. And I mean, it's just as cold there. They've actually received more snow than we did in Wyoming, and they're still cranking. You know, you take those safety precautions and you make changes to the way things are done and shifts and getting people warmed up, but you make sure that your team's taken care of. They've got the appropriate gear, you know. We kind of laugh all the time when we hire these new guys in the winter and they come with, you know, like Walmart snow gear. And we're like, okay, that's great to get you through, you know, get your first paycheck. But trust me, you're going to want to go spend $300 on a pair of boots to keep your feet warm and good wool socks. And you want to layer up because then if you do get a little bit warm or if the wind stops, you're going to want to kind of have to take off a couple extra layers. But
oh, yeah. What's going on over there, Michaela, and
no
Denver?
joke.
Well, so we're out in Wellington, so it's like an hour and a half from Denver. It's been pretty cold though. We got our first snowfall, I feel like, actual snowfall. And it's been cold. It's been getting into the negatives every single night. And I think today was like 0 degrees. So that's nice, you know.
You get excited, huh?
Enough a little bit. Yeah, we have the guys. They were out in Burlington. That's like 4 hours from us. And it was like whiteout conditions last week. And they were still working. They were there all week. And then I think we're sending a crew out again tomorrow to go back out there just to try to finish whatever we can before Fence Tech, you know?
How many people are y'all sending to Fence Tech?
I mean, we get like or something like 360 days of sunshine. So I really can't complain, right?
Right?
All right.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Hold up. You may get 360 something days of sunshine, but it is like Satan's armpit.
Yes.
3/4 of that.
It is, right?
I was born and raised there. That I'll tell you what.
Agree.
Okay, but there's no difference. Let's talk about this. Like, everybody asked me, like, how do you go from being born and raised in Las Vegas? I moved from Vegas in 2010, and I moved to Colorado, and then from Colorado, I moved to Wyoming. And everybody's like, how did you do that? Like, you're talking totally different things. And I'm like, okay, in Vegas, you go from your air-conditioned house to your air-conditioned car to your air-conditioned office to your air-conditioned grocery store to your air-conditioned car back to your air-conditioned home, right?
Yes.
Right.
It's the same thing in Vegas or in Wyoming. It's just heated. My house is heated. My car is heated. My office is heated.
Yep.
There you go.
Because it's so hot in Vegas, like, no, it's when it's 120 at 2:00 in the morning. I'm not about it. I don't
Well-
sweat well.
Well, I
I
mean,
know.
speaking of Vegas, while all of us are getting ready for Fence Tech, Yadira's over there getting ready for World of Concrete. What's
Is.
that? Because I couldn't even get the name right forever.
Concrete World.
I was calling it Cement World,
Sounds like an amusement park.
right?
It does. It sounds like a skate park.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know. I've heard that there's an outdoor area and both an indoor area as well. So I'm kind of curious because we're going to have the same thing at the fence show. I'm kind of curious to see how it transitions and stuff. But hopefully maybe we'll do some lives from World. I'm sure the two crazies out there, Brooks and Brian, are gonna probably do quite a bit of lives from World of Concrete. But
I don't know how much more of their faces I want to see, but
Imagine every time you open social media, you see Brooks and Brian, and then let's double that by the amount of phone calls I receive from both of them on a regular basis.
They're just like one is okay, but then the two, it's
together.
crazy.
And then in February, I'll be there. We'll be doing our first
There you
Fence
go.
University. Like, all you're gonna see is like nonstop gate operator stuff. Susan, Brooks, and Brian just like everywhere. Here's the thing, though, I can promise I will not be doing "Hey y'all" like that video Brian did.
Over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Heather, what are y'all doing to get ready for Fence Tech?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying not to think about it. So you guys know, for most of you guys that have been to the fence shows, we have a really big booth, and so it takes a huge team to gather everybody and get all the stuff ready. So Sean has been getting the super fencer ready for the fence games and getting the other stuff like saran wrap, because there's all these protocols to bring stuff into Fence Tech Fence Tech.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been spending today changing reservations because I found out we're going Monday instead of, well, we are getting there Sunday, but then I found out our team can go on Monday instead of Tuesday. So now I got to get another hotel room for them. It's just, and we too just got registered today because I had to register 28 people. And I will tell you, I was like ready to scream. So that was one of my walk away moments. And
Oh,
Yes, I talked to Heather earlier today, and it was just like, I was like, Uza, breathe. You got this. You know what you're doing. It's all going to be okay. Like, and I know y'all are driving in too. We're driving as well. I didn't want to get stuck there because I'm thinking it's going to be a little cold.
it is going to be cold. Are you prepared? Because it's way colder than 30 next
Don't
week.
talk to me like that.
No, you
Yes.
need to be prepared.
I'm
You need to be
I
prepared.
have fleece lined leggings.
Oh my gosh. Did you get those one brand? Because I've heard those are really good.
the
The
TikTok
leggings?
ones.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if they're TikTok or not. Come on, Michaela, tell me what you're wearing. Are you wearing fleece lined leggings under everything?
Yes.
Under everything,
Really
like not
supposed
just
to be
the
that
leggings.
cold in Nashville.
No, probably just jeans. I don't know.
I have not even looked at the weather. And here's the thing, I'm a last minute packer, so I'm one of those like Monday, like we fly out Monday afternoon, like early afternoon. I probably won't even pull my bag out until Monday morning.
Are any of you guys doing the mission on Tuesday?
I'm not.
You're not.
I don't think
But-
we are. We're going to be in setup mode. Alan is actually driving all of our stuff down. And so Tuesday will be probably setup mode for SWI and iFence.
Yes.
Sorry, Heather, what was your question?
Oh, I was just wondering if you guys were going to the mission. I know that we are taking 5 people to the mission. It's the mission. It's kind of what I'm looking at for us as far as the fence show next year when we go to Vegas. It's where you go and you help, like maybe a soup kitchen or
Oh, that's nice.
something like that. So yeah. So
That's really nice.
I really big on that. I think it's important to go out and help the community, and It'll help me with ideas for us. I know Vegas is obviously a completely different area than
Yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee, but
No, that'll be amazing. And that's why you're in charge of philanthropy. That makes total sense to me. That's
Yes,
gonna be beautiful.
absolutely.
Yeah, take notes. Let's see how we can do it. And let's get together and make it happen. That's super exciting. Now, I know a lot of people who've done the service day in the past. I haven't been a part of it, but I've only heard really amazing things. And I'm with you. Whatever we can do to give back. I mean, that's another mental health check, like, being in service to others. One way to basically, I mean, you're going out and serving people, but at the same time, like, you're walking away from, all your business that day, all the things that are on your mind and on your heart. And it's allowing you to open yourself up to, really seeing the bigger picture and like what you can really do for your community. You hear all these big names in the fencing world about all the things that they're doing to be servant leaders. And like Heather, like, I think that's beautiful and amazing. And I think you're a servant leader already just by even bringing it up.
Oh, well, thanks. We used to call that Leaders with Servant Hearts, where I used to work at. So, yeah.
I love that. Oh, I know.
You guys are so freaking.
I'm gonna start crying soon.
I want to know why I look so big in this. I've got like 5 sweatshirts on because it's. So
That's why you have 5 sweatshirts on.
I'm like, I feel like I have this little head with this great big bulk of stuff on me.
Oh my goodness. Veronica, what are you doing to prepare other than last minute everything? Like, how many people are y'all bringing?
So we have 8 coming from Wyoming. And we have 1, 2, well, it depends on who you're still considering part of Florida versus Wyoming at this point, but we have quite a few coming through. Go ahead.
I have another question. What's the big announcement? Has it come out yet? Because I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
So it hasn't like officially come out yet, but Mark and Tanya have relocated back to Wyoming.
What?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Official now?
It's
Was
official
this
now.
because of the pool?
No, the pool's done. Tanya got some time to enjoy the pool. Their whole support system is here, and to go from small town Wyoming to a extremely large city is a big shock. And Mark works so much and he travels so much and he's gone all the time. Tanya's home and she just didn't feel safe or in a good place to go out and do stuff. And there's support systems here and we love them and the time with them and that kind of stuff. So Florida's still there. SWI Florida is still there. It is still around. We're still.
Stay. I was going to say, you
Absolutely.
need a place to visit. Like, that's where you went for warm. Like, I'm kind of confused.
And
I'm
St.
actually going
Augustine is
down.
so amazing. It's one of my most favorite cities.
It's mine too. So I'm actually going down in February. So there's some work down there that I've got to go down and do some training with Amber. Down there, I've known Amber for a long time. I actually knew Amber when she was with Mr. Fence of Florida. And so she joined the SWI team, and so I get to go down and hang out with her. So it'll be fun.
I'll be down in Boca Raton. Maybe we can meet in the middle. It's only like 6 hours each way.
it's only 6 hours. James will actually be down there with me. We'll have the kids down there with us, and we're gonna fit some beach time into work time, which is my everyday, trying to balance the two. But so yeah, it hasn't officially, it's not great big, but yeah, Mark and Tanya are back in Wyoming. So super excited.
Wow.
I love that. Well, since we kind of transitioned into work-life balance, awkward. Michaela, what are you doing for the work-life balance? I'd like to know, because that's kind of one of my big goals for 2024. I was talking to Heather the other day and she told me I work too much, and I know she's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Michaela, I'd like some advice.
Honestly, I take it one day at a time. It's going to sound kind of bad, but I just set aside that time for myself because I feel like I would get too wrapped up in everyone else's stuff. And I need that, as much as I love my kids and husband and work and all that, I need my alone time to do whatever I want to do.
Well, do you schedule it?
No, I don't.
You just take it.
I just take it. Yeah, I step away. I say, hey, I gotta I gotta go. I need some alone time.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I feel
And
like
what
if
a
I
great
it wouldn't happen ever because something would always come up, you know?
Mhm. And I think mentally, especially with women in this industry, we dive in and we take on so much. I know that every woman that I have met in this industry is the queen of saying, yes, I got it. We just, it's just natural for all of us, but like, no, I got it. No, I got it. No, I got it. And then all of a sudden you're looking at your plate and you're like, how did I get so much on my plate? Susan K. Worley.
Yeah.
And so being able to recognize that and being able to say, hey, I need a minute. My family knows that if I say it's bath time, I'm going to get my jacuzzi tub and I'm going to turn on the jets and I'm going to turn on my candles and turn off the lights. And I don't want anybody to come in there. They know that's mom's recharge.
So I need a buzzword is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That means
Very much
leave
so.
me alone.
Yadira,
You know-
what do you do?
So personally, I live with a workaholic.
Yeah, I can relate.
There is no work-life balance.
Oh,
So even on weekends when I want to do something, the only way to be able to get him to kind of sort of separate from work a little bit is if we go somewhere. Because if we're in
Right.
town, I know that he's just going to get up and go to the office automatically.
I'm
And then
laughing at that because my 50th birthday's this year, and Sean's like, "Why can't we just stay at home?" And I was like, "Cause you'll work."
But for me personally, I've learned to just because when I try to kind of say we don't do anything, because it's just the two of us now, you know.
Right.
But for me personally, now I've learned to just take my time and go do things by myself.
That's what I do.
Learned,
Weren't you taking dancing classes? Are you
I
still
was.
taking them?
yes,
Really? What kind of dancing?
salsa
Fun?
dancing. I've always loved salsa dancing. So
You should teach us. Will you teach me when I come see you?
yes. But like you said, I also do practice a lot of yoga. My morning times are it's like Michaela was saying, it's my me time. I get to get up and enjoy a cup of coffee and read a book and practice yoga. It's kind of like my daily morning routine, and kind of almost everybody knows that you can still text me and call me, but there might be a time when I probably won't answer if it's before like 9:30.
I know that. I'm literally like looking at my phone. I'm like, can I text her yet?
It's 9:29.
Well, and it's a 2-hour time difference, so then I have to be even extra more like cautious of it because I don't want to be the reason why she woke up at 6 or 5 or 4 a.m. because I wasn't thinking about somebody else.
Yadira.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks a lot, Yadira, because she knows that you have time restraint. She calls me at that time.
Yes. Veronica's always awake. She always answers the phone. No questions
I don't know
asked.
how you and Susan do it. Seriously, like sometimes I hear Brian on the phone with Susan, and it's like 11 o'clock at night here, and I'm just like,
Which
leave
makes
her
it
alone.
1 here. It's 1 o'clock here.
and you're the crazy that answers.
Yeah, you're right. I should literally create some boundaries. I don't even
Yes.
understand that word. But I mean, like, then I have Heather down here. We're playing phone tag for hours all day long. Like, if I'm trying to call her, she's already on the phone. She's like, I'll call you back. She calls me back. I'm literally like in the middle of a meeting and I'm like, I'll call you back all day long. 12 hours.
Dude,
15
that is
hours.
legit. That is legit. Like,
So let's tie this conversation like back to what this live is, because I think this is such a big part, is our mental health. We rely on each other so much. And I don't even think that we actually realize it. To be able to get on the phone and do a quick, whether if you're venting, AKA bitching, like, let's be real, or there's just like, hey, you're never going to believe this. And to be able to get on the phone with another woman in our industry that can directly relate to what is going on is probably something that none of us realize and might take a little bit, for granted at the end of the day, because we rely on it so much. And I think that's one of the things with the women of FWA, when we formed this group, was to be able to give all women in the industry these contacts and this place to be able to come to and have these people that can speak your same language. I know when my best friend, she's obviously not in the fence industry, and I will get on something and she's looking at me, and I honestly feel like the teacher from Charlie Brown, it's going wah, 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 wah. Like, I'm pretty sure that's all she hears. But I can get on the phone with Michaela, or I can get on the phone with any of you ladies that are in the Women of FWA, and I can say the same thing, and then it's a two-way conversation.
Yeah.
Can I just cut in and say Michaela always answers the phone for me?
Aww,
Every time.
that's so sweet.
Gotcha.
Hashtag work-life balance.
Right. But I mean, how important is this? We really rely on each other. And Michaela, I mean, you working with Andrea, you guys being married to brothers and running High Point and trying to balance.
Welcome to the show, Yadira.
Where have I been?
I'm not quite sure. Like, where were you?
We just have the same last name.
Well, I guess I just didn't put two and two together. And I'm pretty sure that I've been on multiple podcasts with the two of them. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a connection there. So Cole and Dalton are brothers, and then Andrea and Michaela are married to brothers. That's the connection.
Very cool.
So
Okay.
I'm sure that there's times, even Michaela, like Andrea's like your go-to, because she is living the same exact life with you, and being able to have kind of like that safe place and that support. I mean, that's gotta help when you're running into these mental challenges.
Yeah, there's definitely times where we, vent and, bitch about things because, they're usually working on the same job. They're at the same place. They're not home until 9:00. We have to deal with the kids and this and that. But I think it comes with, them having their own business and being in charge. And so we kind of see that aspect, but also, we get irritated from time to time, I think, like anybody else does.
Yeah.
But it is nice to have, hey, what are you doing? Yeah.
Do y'all gang up against the boys versus girls?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think those boys are stupid enough. Like, I know them.
Yeah. They're good guys.
I will have to say they're really great human beings. Like, every time I run into them, they are so kind and genuine that like you feel like you're the only person speaking to them. Like, they're great at exactly what they do. Like, they've been given a gift, and like
they're great. They're, their parents are great too. I think that is a big part, is the family is just so close.
Yeah.
They always had that support system, which not a lot of people have. And I think they're very fortunate. And then our kids, are fortunate as well to be brought into this family where everyone is so tight knit. So I think that shows a lot in their work and just who they are as people. Yeah.
Well, let's actually kind of bring that up for a second. Family. Like, I work with my mom. Yadira works with her husband. I know that y'all have other family members in place. Heather, obviously, y'all are a family-owned company. Michaela, Veronica, they're
wait a minute.
Heather, but they're still your family.
Heather,
like, I couldn't
Heather
do it
works with
without
her
my
husband?
family. She works with her husband? No. I just meant other family.
Weird.
We're all learning something.
Like that.
Right. No, seriously.
I mean, I have my
though.
Olsen family.
Right. Like, and they're genuinely like family. But I mean, like, I know I could not do it without them. They're a huge support system to me. They're who I vent to, who I can genuinely 100% just like release on, who helped me raise my child, who helped me take care of my family and give me the opportunity to be able to be a part of this. My kid wants dinner. Hold on, y'all.
I want dinner too. Will you send me
Work
something?
life.
Mhm.
Can you Grubhub that to me?
Speaking of work balance.
Prioritize, Susan. Susan works too much too. I think I think
She's trying.
as a woman who, like all of us, I feel sometimes when I do take a day off, I feel guilty. Like if it's during the week, it's very rare that I do take a day off, but I feel guilty that I'm not here, that I'm not at the office. For some reason, I just feel like I have to be here. Even if it's sometimes I'm not feeling well or whatnot, and I'm just like here, I just feel like I have to be here. But I probably shouldn't feel like that, but I do.
You shouldn't. And I have to ask you a question, Yadira, out of curiosity. So do you feel
Sure.
like just because you're married to Brian, do you feel like you carry his stress?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I have
And
that.
I feel like it's constant. Like if it's not one thing, it's another.
Mm-hmm.
And
they
he's coming up with
they
so many
seem to not
ideas,
care.
and they're great ideas. But I'm like, can you just focus on one? But no, there's just coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So sometimes
so
it's
Mark,
better for me to step away and do my own thing.
so Mark Olson is very much that same way.
Yeah.
It is very rare that I don't get on the phone with him and he's like, "Hey, got an idea." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But at the same time, and Tanya working right hand in hand with Mark. And there's times, trust me, you can ask her, she'll tell you, you need to call your work wife. You just call Veronica, because there's times, she's like, it's just too much, or I don't know. And so Tanya and I kind of have that balance with Mark, but that's very much of, I think, any woman in the industry, whether if you are married to them or not, when you're in a position like this, you do carry their stress, and you are there to absorb and help them with these ideas to make sure, for them to succeed and for them to, hit their dreams. And even though it's like this wild idea, we all are directly related with men in this industry that could literally touch the moon. It's just a matter of being that support for them so they can get to that point. And carrying that stress, even though I don't go home with it every day, there's times like I get off the phone with Mark and I'm like, like, here we go again. And Yadira, I cannot imagine, because Brian, like World of Concrete, like all of a sudden he's like, I'm double booked, or now we're going to do this, and now we're going to do that.
Yes.
And, it's on this huge.
Hold on. And still hinting that he might show up for a day. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Don't put it
I
past
wouldn't
Brian.
doubt it, Susan. I wouldn't doubt him. Okay, because he is.
I found out we have 2 rooms reserved. I only need 1.
That's
You never
funny because
know.
I was getting ready to move you to the other hotel.
You're so silly.
I'm
Oh my
so
gosh.
serious.
Did you call him?
My kid just asked me if I called him. No, I didn't call you, baby. I'll be done soon. I pinky promise.
Well, then why?
Aw.
What a sweet boy.
So this is like real life, and I'm really glad that this is actually going on with Susan right now. The fact, she does get to work from home quite a bit. She travels a lot, but when she's home, you're a mom too. Hi, buddy.
I'm always a mom, not even when I'm just home.
Right.
Right.
And
Me
it's
too.
it's all the time. And anybody that's got kids that are in school know that you get a phone call from the nurse, or they're calling, or they're trying to get them up and out the door for school. And then all of a sudden, Mom, I don't feel good. And I will tell you, even I run into this, my baby is 12, and there's times where I'm just like, honey, I have to go to work today. Like, I can't just stay home with you and curl up on the couch and watch movies all day. Trust me, I would much rather prefer that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's so hard, especially to explain to them, like, I'm not picking you over work, please don't think that. But I know it's a challenge that everybody runs into.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a challenge with the work-life balance, and then especially like consciously deciding to be more present, you know what I mean? And then literally consciously deciding to be more present, and then like having to say, hey, I have a podcast tonight.
My God.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I was supposed to have another podcast after this one, and normally it's not an issue. Like he's proud of me and excited for me. But like tonight he's like, but I just want to snuggle with you. I just want to talk to the ladies. Like, how long did he talk to you, Yadira and Veronica, before the rest of y'all came on? Like, I had to promise him a separate phone call with you guys later, just so that we could go on and have this conversation and be for real and so yes, no, you're definitely right. Like, being a mom's hard, being a parent's hard, and it is. But
and then
I
you
know
wonder,
that everything I do is completely for him, for a better quality of life for him.
Absolutely.
And not just for him though. Like, I love being a part of this as well. I love this group of women. You have changed my life. You have given me a place to fall. I had this conversation with Heather the other day.
I love my phone calls.
And maybe this is too much to say to everybody, but like, there are moments when I'm like, is this genuine? Am I being genuine enough? Am I being true to myself? And then after that conversation, Heather's like, yes, you know what I mean? And because she's so optimistic at all moments, and I don't understand it, but she's so optimistic at all moments. Okay. But then I literally look back and I'm like, I couldn't have done this without her, without that friendship, without knowing that I can call Yadira at any moment, knowing that I can call Veronica at every moment. I can call Michaela at any moment. I can text her at any time, day or night. Like, Michaela, I don't think you realize like how important your friendship is to me, because I haven't shared that with you. But the fact that every time I contact you, you were literally there and answer me, like, I've never had that before in my life. And I was in the military, you guys, where, we ride or die together. You know what I mean? This is my group of women right here. We are riding or dying together, you guys. Like, thank God for that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to find more patience in that reality of, I have it all right here. Let's just give it to everybody too.
It's wanting to.
Yeah.
Not feeling like you have to.
I think that's why this group, and I think that's why this group is doing what it's doing. And the contacts that are being made and the people joining into this live that want to see us all be real. This is, it's so easy to post certain things on social media and people think, oh, Heather's got it all together. Heather has no problems. Heather, has the perfect relationship with her husband, and Heather's there to support him and is always there, and everything's so great. And Yadira's right there, and everything's great there. But in all reality,
Can you read it? It says, I may look calm, but I've pecked you in my head 3 times.
I love that. But we're all real people, and we are running into the same challenges and the same struggles and the same thing, even though there's some of us that have been doing this for years.
Yeah.
We still run into the same thing. My kids, it's funny, we had a conversation last night because I got home at after 6:00, and I walk in the door and my kids are like, oh, it's tax prep season. They know it's the month of January. Not only is it the month of January, but I'm leaving town next Monday. I have lost 5 days out of January to get everything prepped. And then we have to get everything prepped and ready to go to our CPA and have all of our W-2s done and our 1099s done and all of our year-end financials done and get all that. And then on top of it, when I get home, I have to be able to turn off my SWI brain and turn on my mom brain. But in reality, January is probably one of the hardest months for me because of the deadlines and all the pressure. And did we do enough in 2023? Did we accomplish all the goals in 2023? What are our goals for 2024? And so it's this just chaos that's trying to balance, and making sure that we're transparent with every woman in this industry that it's okay to have this time and it's okay to be going through this. One of the things I really want to address is all of us know somebody that is involved in Women of FWA that has lost several people in the end of 2023. And it's okay for that to affect you mentally. It's okay to take a step back and work through that, and to grieve, and to take that time and not feel that you're letting anybody down, because you're not. If you don't take that time for yourself, you're really letting yourself down. And then things are going to start to domino after that. First and foremost, we all have to take care of ourselves. You cannot take care of your puppy in the corner, or your kids at home, or your team at work, or anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. And I think that's been one of the things that has been brought up time and time again against this, with this big group of women, is people going, I'm so sorry. I just have so much going on. I'm so sorry. Stop apologizing. This group of women are the ones that are going to first and foremost tell you we understand and that we're here for you. And please let us know what you need. Please let us know, let us call in and check on you. And please know that we're all going through this. We're all dealing with our own things, whether if it be, health issues for yourself, or health issues for your family, or struggling financial because we're in the first quarter of the year. Everybody dreads the first quarter of the year. I don't think there's anybody in this fence industry that does not dread the first quarter of the year. Let's be real.
Absolutely.
So, and I want to make that be loud and proud. I'm with FWI. I'm saying yes. Mr. Fence, Heather's shaking her head. Yes. Yadira is shaking her head. Yes. Michaela is shaking her head. Yes. Susan K. Worley, she's on the totally end of a different spectrum than all of us, and she's shaking her head.
Yes.
But we need to start being transparent about this and talking about it. And it is a struggle. And, we may get through this difficult time a little bit different, than Las Vegas Fence. And that's why we're here having these conversations, of why we do these Facebook Lives, is to talk about it, to get it out there, and to be transparent, and know that there's always that stress and that struggle.
Yes. Let me jump in real fast and just say, if you need to talk, shoot us an email at womenofwA@gmail.com. Tell us you want to talk. Shoot us a phone number. Someone in this leadership group will call you. We will have that conversation with you. We're not here to let you fall. You can sit with us. Heather coined that. I love it. # you can sit with us.
Oh, I like that.
So,
and
absolutely.
That's what this is about. We really, Women of FWA, came around, and the foundation of this entire group was to be able to give a support system to all of Women of FWA. And in turn, when we decided that as a group, that's when the education started coming around, and the Q&A started coming around, and everything else came after that. Bottom line is, we wanted everybody to be able to have this network and be able to talk to other women in the industry that can relate.
Absolutely.
I'll be the first one to tell you that prior to this group, and not to sound crude or anything, but as far as female friends, they just, I'm a guy's girl, that's just who I am. But then I found my group of women. I found a group of women that have the same effed up sense of humor that I have. Or that aren't.
Let me tell you, it's real warped.
Or at least that aren't offended by it.
Right.
And are supportive and can speak my same language. And that's huge.
Yes.
It has been so helpful being here. And I'm I'm about to go back and watch the live that I think it was Melanie and somebody else what to do when your crews are slow, So we're kind of going, like you said, it's January. For some reason, it's always for us in Las Vegas, it seems to be like the slowest time of the month. And right now we're trying to keep our crews busy, and jobs are rolling in. They're just not rolling in fast enough.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm going to go back and watch that live.
And that's why we post them. That's why we save them. That's why they're on YouTube. That is why they're on Facebook. That is why they're on Instagram. That is why we put these together and make sure that they're recorded and they're saved. So a constant go back.
Yeah.
And even for those women that joined Women of FWA in the very beginning, to now they have that constant back resource. And all the new women that are joining the group, welcome. And that content is still available for you. It is still there. And they're conversations that are ongoing. Just because you've watched a live or a Q&A or an education session that we have done does not mean that conversation is over. It is just beginning.
Right. Yeah. I've been getting a lot of
over.
women. I've been getting a lot of women contacting me saying, sorry, I haven't made it to any meetings yet. It is what it is right now. And I just want to let you know that is okay. Come when you can. Come when it fits. Michaela is always in the meetings, always has something super valuable to say. But when she can't make it, guess what, you guys? She doesn't come. And that's okay. When I can't make it, I don't come. It just is what it is. The fact that you're out there supporting us, that's everything. That's everything.
Absolutely.
So I love it. I love the direction we're going in. I think this year is going to be amazing. I just want to say real quick before I pass it on to anybody else who has anything else to say, come visit us at booth 522. If you're making it to Nashville, if you're not going to be in Nashville and you're going to be in Las Vegas, what's the booth number, Yadira?
We are going to be at the South Hall, booth number 14113.
Love it. I know a handful of people going to booth. So like whatever side of the country you're on, like make it to one day. The education is important. The getting together is important. The support of us being together is important. If you haven't spoken to one of us, you'll have an opportunity to at Fence Tech or at World of Concrete. We cannot wait to see you guys. Does anybody else have anything to say before we roll out here?
I think I know that there's several of us that are floating in and out of the booth at Fence Tech that have our own booths that we are working as well. Please don't hesitate to come up and talk to us, even if we're not at the Women of FWA booth.
Yes.
If you see us walking through the hall, grab us, say hey, say hi, let us, chat with us. If you see us at our own booth, stop and chat with us. This is really who we are in real life. When we put together this group, it was all about being transparent and being able to be ourselves. And so that hashtag, you can sit with us, that is so true. Mm-hmm. Come talk to us, come hang out with us. I'll go have a beer with you.
I'll have 2 beers with you.
Michaela will have 3. What?
I'll have 3 and a shot. So let's go.
There we go. Susan might have sent me some Fireball shots for Christmas that will somehow end up in my suitcase. So who knows what'll happen? Last year I had little rubber ducks with the middle finger. This year it might be Fireball.
I still take baths with my rubber ducky, just for the record. it flips me off every time I get in the bathtub.
So, just real quick, I know this is probably just pulling it on just a little too long, but like all of us have like these little inside jokes amongst each other. And I don't know if we all know this, but anyways, so like we're all constantly sending each other little gifts. So Veronica sent me a bottle filled with fucks so that when I have a fuck to give and it's next to her little rubber ducky giving the bird.
Oh, that's funny.
In my office. So just FYI, like, maybe you should give out your jar of fucks.
There's sometimes you have a bunch and you just still don't have any to give. Sometimes you just don't. But this is just who I am.
Oh, and the last thing I want to say before we cut out. Michaela had something very, hold on. She's like that way to me. Some really special, what are we calling them? Bumper stickers?
Yeah, like the windows. Yeah,
Yeah.
bumper sticker.
So
window
I have
stickers.
them on every single vehicle at my house.
You
2 on the
do?
truck that we're driving in. They were beautiful and amazing, and I have
Yay.
around 100 to give out.
Different colors. I
Different
think.
girl
Yeah,
colors.
there's like 4.
Girl
Girl
colors.
colors. So they're the women, or they're actually FWA, Fence Workers
They're
Association
FWA stickers. Yeah.
in girl colors.
So
Yes.
first come, first serve. Like you can pick out your color, and they're beautiful and they're amazing. And they like credit card, you just slide it on and peel it off. Like you can't even mess it up, you guys. I thought I was gonna mess it up. You can't.
No,
It looks amazing. So
I think
Yay.
we also do need to throw it out there that Mr. Fence was gracious enough again to make the women of FWA tumblers. The rumor has it that there's some that we're going to be giving away at Fence Tech. So support it. I do want to say that if you did get your tumbler at the Fence Show in Las Vegas, they are the same ones. There's a limited amount. So if you've already have one, we want to make sure that we're getting them out to as many women out there as we possibly can. There's shirts, there's stickers, there's huge thank you to the Mr. Fence team and to Heather. That was a big thing that Heather has graciously done and had designed for the women of FWA. Thank you. I'm super proud when I carry mine. Mine sits on my desk all the time, and I know mine will be going to Nashville. I'll have to pack it in my bag.
Okay, so we need one cheers with it.
yes.
Like all get
Yes.
together, one
Yes.
cheers with it. Okay.
yes.
One cheers with it, and I love it. So thank you guys so much for that and the support. Even if you're not directly or can't attend these, the support and the love that we feel is the constant drive for us to continue to improve and to be able to hit the goals that we have. And we have some big things that are coming out in 2024 that we're all working on. Michaela and Andrea are working on, and not just the leadership team, but all of the women of FWA are stepping up and providing some content that'll be rolled out this year that gives me goosebumps every time I talk about it, because it is incredible. The support and the networking and the education and the knowledge and support that everybody is willing to share. It's pretty inspiring.
It is. It is. Just a reminder, we will not be back next week because everybody's going to be at a trade show somewhere in the United States. The week after that, we will do a follow-up on World of Concrete and Fence Tech. We're going to meet back here, have a discussion. It's going to kind of be a free-for-all. And then in February, we're going to have some more structure coming, I promise. Okay, you guys.
Like
Love
my
you.
structure or your structure?
Hopefully more like your structure.
We love you for that, Susan. Let's just
Good.
put
We
it
do.
out there.
Thank
That's
you.
why this works, is there's a good balance all over, that one's strength is another's weakness and another's weakness is somebody else's strength. So
Okay, I hope I see you guys next week. I love you. I'm gonna
we'll see you
turn
at
off
Fence Tech. Come by and see us.
Peace
and-
out.
Oh, it doesn't look like we went live on Instagram. Oops.
It's okay.
All good.